I am Tiara Sawyers, a fourth grade teacher at Pass Road Elementary in the Gulfport School District, and I am here to discuss with you about Earth's resources. The standard is E.4.10. The essential question for this lesson is, how does energy and fuel use affect the environment? The I can statement is, I can understand that renewable resources pollute the environment, but renewable resources are clean energy. The key vocabulary words for this lesson are energy, what is needed to do work or cause change; resource, anything on earth that humans use; renewable resource, a resource that can be replaced within a lifetime; non-renewable resource, a resource that cannot be easily replaced; pollution, anything that makes the earth dirty and unhealthy. Did you know we use Earth's resources every day? When you eat cereal and milk every morning before school, you are using resources from plants and animals. When you ride the school bus every morning to school and every afternoon once school is over, you are using fuel resources. Energy sources that we use on a daily basis can be classified into two types. The first type is renewable resources, which means that the resources can be easily replaced during a lifetime. The second type is non-renewable resources. Examples of non-renewable resources are solar, which comes from the sun; wind; hydro, which is also water; bioenergy, which comes from plants and animals; and then geothermal energy. Examples of non-renewable resources are coal, oil, natural gas, nuclear energy, soil, and minerals. Now that we have seen examples of renewable and non-renewable resources, we're going to take a look at this video that's going to tell us more about each type of resource. Let's go ahead and learn more.
Solar power means energy from the sun. How powerful is it? The Earth receives more energy from the sun in just 1 hour than the world uses in a whole year. Solar energy is used to generate electricity using solar panels. Unfortunately, things like solar panels require solar cells, which need to be created from already existing materials like silicon, and those are not unlimited. Because of this, solar energy usage isn't as high as it could be. The main source of energy around the world is oil. Most electricity, fuel, and everyday things like plastic come from this source. Oil comes from far underground. It is brought to the surface by pumps and pipes. The best known use for oil is gasoline for cars. This is a fossil fuel, meaning it is a non-renewable source of energy. Coal is one of the major sources of energy in the world. It is usually mined from hillsides and mountains. Coal is a rock that is formed by millions of years of pressure on decaying organic material like plants and animals. That is why this rock is able to be burned, releasing its energy. It's also why we call coal a fossil fuel. Coal is a non-renewable resource. Natural gas is found in most of the world. The only place it's not found is in North Africa and Greenland. It often is located around coal or oil deposits in the earth. The word natural means that it is a gas formed by natural chemical processes in the earth. It is used for heating, cooking, and generating electricity. Since it is formed by many of the same processes that create coal and oil, it is non-renewable. Surprised to see wood on our list of energy sources? Don't be. Wood is needed to make fire, the earliest known energy source in human history. Wood is heavily used to supply the energy for cooking and heating. It has also been used to power steam technology in combination with water. Wood is a renewable resource because trees can be replaced. But we have to be careful how much we use wood products because trees take years to grow. Wind power is a new source of energy that's as old as the Earth. It's very strong. Try flying a kite on a windy day. Most wind power is converted to electricity by using giant machines called wind turbines. The ability to use this kind of energy for electricity production has only been developed recently. Because wind is a natural resource that never runs out, it is called a renewable resource. The correct term for water power is hydropower. Hydro means water. Water power is one of the oldest known sources of energy in human history. For example, did you know that water mills were used in ancient China? Today, it is most often used to create electricity by using dams. And of course, it's a major source of energy and life for humans as drinking water. Because water is so plentiful and is replenished every time it rains, it is considered a renewable resource. Nuclear energy uses the power of the atom to create something very simple: steam power. When atoms are split, this generates an incredible amount of power that is used to superheat water, converting it into steam, which is then used to create electricity. However, it also generates waste that can be dangerous to human health and the environment. It takes a long time, sometimes thousands of years, for nuclear waste to become safe. It is a non-renewable source of energy. The term geo means earth, and thermal means heat. So the word geothermal literally means heat from the earth. Even though this type of energy is right under our feet, it is just now being tapped as a usable energy source. However, while this type of renewable energy is very efficient and doesn't hurt the environment, it's limited by its location. Geothermal sources occur in areas of the world that have volcanoes. So areas that aren't anywhere near these places can't use geothermal energy.
We have just learned about Earth's resources. Some resources are renewable, which means they can be easily replaced. Some resources are non-renewable, which means they are limited. It would be hard to replace those resources. Now that we know a little bit about that, we're going to go ahead and see how we can conserve Earth's resources. We're going to take a look at this informational text. How can we conserve renewable and non-renewable resources? Non-renewable resources cannot be replaced in our lifetime. If we use all the coal, oil, and natural gas on Earth, there will be none left. It will take millions of years to replace those resources. How can we conserve or save non-renewable resources? One solution to this problem is to use less coal, oil, or natural gas. Because these are non-renewable resources, we cannot replace or make more of them. Here are some ways we can use less. We can take public transportation instead of driving a car. We can turn the lights off when we leave a room. And we can use fabric bags instead of plastic bags at the grocery store. Renewable resources must be conserved as well. For example, trees can be used to make fuel, paper, and lumber. But what happens if we cut down all of the trees in a forest? It might take many years for all of the trees to grow back. We can use some, but not all of the renewable resources in an area. We should replace the resources we use as quickly as possible. For example, we should plant new trees to replace trees that are cut down. Some renewable and non-renewable resources can hurt the environment. Oil spills in the ocean can hurt or kill the animals living there. Burning coal releases gas and smoke into the atmosphere that can harm living things. Animal farms can create waste that drains into rivers and pollutes them. One way to stop hurting the environment is to use fewer of these resources. We can find other ways to get energy. We can also use renewable resources such as sunlight and wind power. Those sources of energy create less pollution. Remember, renewable resources include wind, solar, geothermal, biofuel, and hydroelectric energy. Non-renewable resources include coal, oil, and natural gas. We should make responsible decisions on energy use based on effectiveness, relative pollution output, and possible impacts on the environment. Thank you for tuning in to this lesson. I hope you enjoyed it.